Okay, so simplifying fractions is probably the most challenging part in this chapter. And the reason why it's challenging is because you need to know what your times tables are. If you know what your times tables are, then this question isn't really an issue. But for those of you who don't really know your times tables, then this could be challenging. So what I have in front of you is a times table. And as we went over in class, we mentioned that this times table isn't just a times table, it's also a division table. For example, 3 times 12 is 36. 12 times 3 is 36. But also, if we go in reverse, 36 divided by 12 is 3. And 36 divided by 3 is 12. So you can see here that this table is also a division table. And this is important because, as you know, as we learnt in class, we need to find which one number is able to go into the denominator and the numerator equally. So the trick to finding that mystery number is very simple. All we need to do is find the numerator and the denominator in the same row or the same column. So what do I mean? So if you look at these circles here, I've circled some numbers in blue and some numbers in red. Now the numbers I circled in red, these ones here, the reasons why they're in red is because although we have a 36 here, and we know that 36 divided by 3 is 12, so 3 does go into 36 equally, it goes equally 12 times, but there's a problem, because if we use number 3 for both numbers, it won't work. So 36 divided by 3 equals, let's have a look, 36 divided by 3 equals 12. So far so good. But 40 divided by 3, let's have a look. There is no 40 in here. So the multiples of 3 don't have the number 40, which means 3 cannot go into the number 40 equally. If you try and do that on your calculator, you'll get a decimal. And we don't want a decimal, we want a whole number, right? So that tells us that we need to make sure that the numerator and the denominator is in the same row or the same column. So we know that 3 doesn't work. Now, to prove the point, let's try the number 40 here, the one that I've marked in red. So here, 40 divided by 5 equals 8. Let's try that. So the fraction is 36 over 40, and we're going to divide the denominator by 5, and as you know, whatever you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. So it has to be divided by the same number. So 40 divided by 5 equals 8. 40 divided by 5 equals 8. But does it work for 36? Let's have a look. Is there a 36 in the multiples of 5? No, there's not. We've got 35, but that's not enough. We need the exact number. Because if you try and divide 36 by 5, you won't get a whole number. And we need a whole number. So again, this is why we need to make sure that when we're trying to find that mystery number that goes into the denominator and the numerator equally, we need to make sure that the numerator and the denominator is in the same row in your times table or the same column. Alright, so I think the point has been made clear. So let's try what we've circled in blue. So 36 over 40. So we'll try the multiples of 2. So 36 divided by 2 is 18. So 18 is an equal number. There's no decimal there. It's a whole number. So we can write here 36 divided by 2 equals 18. Alright, so let's try now 40 divided by 2. 40 divided by 2 equals 20. So 20 is a whole number, so that means that it works. So we can write down here 20. Okay, so as you can see now, we've found that mystery number. That mystery number that goes into the denominator and the numerator equally is the number 2. So we've got 18 over 20. The fraction has been simplified. We've got smaller numbers on the numerator and the denominator. But is it simplified enough? Because the question's asking simplest form. So are we able to simplify this further? Well, remember the rule is to find the numerator and the denominator in the same row or the same column. So let's try and find 18 and the number 20 in the same row or the same column. So now I'm looking for the number 18 and 20. So I can find the number 18 here and I can find the number 20 here. So 2 times 9 is 18, but also if we go in reverse, 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 is a whole number, so I know that 2 can go into the number 18 equally. So therefore, I'm going to write 18 divided by 2 equals 9. And I know for a fact that the number 2 will also go into the number 20 because the numerator and the denominator is in the same row of multiples, the multiples of 2. So I know without a doubt the number 2 will go into the number 20. I just need to find out what that number is. And I know that if I go in reverse, I can find that number. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. And there we go. We've got now 9 over 10. So now we can't simplify anymore because the only number that goes into the numerator and the denominator equally is the number 1. And we know there's no point doing that because 9 divided by 1 is 9 and 10 divided by 1 is 10. So this is how we simplify fractions. If you don't know your times table, you look at an actual times table and you find the numerator and the denominator in the same row or the same column.